Hey everybody, welcome to the weekend. We're charging towards the end of the week. It is Wednesday.
Countdown to the weekend.
And welcome to another episode of A Blind Guy,
His Wife,
Their Life Live. On this channel, we explore entertainment, career choices and opportunities, and health and wellness while introducing you to some of our fabulous friends, family, and professional colleagues within our personal network as we change the narrative of what it means to be normal, shifting the focus from being disabled to being differently able. You can join us every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wait a minute, I didn't get my Eastern Standard Time in. That's what I was coming in to say. Sorry, Corey. I stepped out of the studio, to get a few things done, got back in, and you were already doing your thing.
Right, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, I'm still doing tech stuff.
Friday. We are here for you. And remember, this broadcast is viewer supported by members like you. So how can they join us in being a part of our member team?
Well, Corey, we do have our Buy Me a Coffee. Let's see, I had some technical difficulties just a moment ago. I'll see if I can rectify those so that we can, get all of our tech stuff going here. Let's see how this works, Corey. Oh, go ahead and tell them about Buy Me a Coffee.
Buy Me a Coffee. You can visit www.buymeacoffee.com/blindguyhiswife, and you can donate or make a one-time donation of $5, $50. You can buy us 1 cup of coffee, 2 cups of coffee, 500 cups of coffee.
They can buy us that many.
They can buy us that many, and you can just enter the amount that you want to give.
I'm sharing the screen right now, actually, and when they enter however many coffees they'd like to buy, let's say 1, 3, or 5, I'll put 35 here. That means right down here, it shows you how much you're supporting for, and 100% of all proceeds do go to Antoinette Edutainment Incorporated, our 501c3 nonprofit organization that we started 22 years ago.
22 years
or 23,
ago.
I'm losing count.
Yeah, it's been over 20 years now. So today we have a fabulous lineup, as we always do. We have a very special guest in the house. With today's word on the street, it's a family affair, a mother-son team. And with the word on the street, we have a multi-sport athlete, a video game connoisseur,
Ooh.
And a baked goods taste tester, delivery person, and he's also a sous chef in the kitchen with his mother. He is none other than young Mr. Kaleb.
So we're gonna say hello to him. Hey there, Kaleb, how you doing?
Good.
So we hear that you are a teenager, you know all the popular words, and you're gonna give us the word on the street today. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
All right, so we'll talk to you in a little while. So
we'll pop you backstage, okay? See you soon.
And our featured guest today is Kaleb's mother. She is who I call a side hustle queen. She's a mixologist. She is a bakery chef. She is a caterer. She does a lot in the midst of being a mom and working a full-time job. She is who I like to call Antoinette Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones.
All right. Good morning,
Hey
Antoinette.
guys, good morning. How are you?
Good. Should we call you Tony? Should we call you Antoinette? Or should we call you Treats by AJ? Because that's what people should remember.
Well, for today, I guess Treats by AJ or Tony. It doesn't matter. Antoinette, Tutu. All of the above.
All of the above. All right. Well, Treats by AJ with Antoinette, AJ, Tutu, Tony, all of those good things. We'll see you soon, okay?
All right.
All right.
And of course, we can't end the day without one of Chef LaQuita Marie's fabulous plant-based treats. You're going to give them a sneak preview?
No, Corey, this one is a surprise because we have sweet treats today. So I don't know if we should, also give away all the goods, because mine is a savory treat. And so, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, we'll wait until the end to reveal what the sweet treat, what the plant-based treat is going to be today. But of course, as we move along, I can't see, but even though I can't see, I'll be reading the comments today.
No,
so
actually, I got this.
I was just about to make up some stuff.
People are in here, Corey. I know you're about to make up some stuff, and Sonia with the Y is saying, "Good morning, hey, first one here, laugh out loud."
Hey, Sonia beat out the usual first place winners.
Yes, she absolutely did, and she is in the house today. So let's see who else we have here. We have XDMC, One Love.
MC.
Yes, so we have XDMC in there saying One Love family. We also have Philip Aldo Jr. Oh, third place, Corey. Now listen, wait, let me give you his reason. He says, "Good morning, all." And then he says, "That's because I was on a call with Daddy," Sonya with the Y. So before you start to ride him, Corey, about, not being here early, on time, all those good things, he has a good reason.
It's okay to be a third place pony when you're talking to your dad. I got you. But y'all let XDMC and Sonya with the Y beat you in the head.
Well, he's speaking to XDMC, and guess who's in the house? Greetings to my favorite family, my chat.
Supernova.
You already know, yes. And so she is here. I don't know if she's here or if she's in Ghana. She's a traveling woman. So we also have Philip Aldo Jr. in here laughing. We got our Watoto, our own children, saying, "Hey, y'all." Milton Kraft says, "Good morning."
What's up, Milton? Milton out there doing great things in Tennessee with the Kraft organization, him and his wife, Sanal. Make sure you check out their YouTube channels. Milton's YouTube channel is Man on a Mission, and Sanal's YouTube channel is?
Sanal. SYNOLVE is her name, actually.
And she's also an author that has a published book, so we definitely support that.
Yes. And Milton is in this book. So if you guys want to be nosy and find out more about Milton and Sanal without
get all up in their business.
Boom. Love the new currency. Love the new currency. Oh, thank you so much. Zenobia says, "I will buy some coffee. Much appreciated."
All right.
Philip Waldo Jr. says her mama named her Toot Toot. I'm going to call her Toot Toot. And then our children are laughing. Well, Corey, let's move on to see what the word of the day is, because, we got these teenagers these days, and they know some words that, they say we don't know, but we use those words as well.
So yes, we have a young man, again, a video game connoisseur. He works with his mother's business, Treats by AJ. And he is a very, very, very well-spoken gentleman. We're going to bring today's word on the street from young Mr. Kaleb.
Hey there, Kaleb. How are you this morning?
Good.
Nice. So,
Kaleb, listen to try to get that bass in his voice. Good. All right.
He did sound a little bit deeper. I heard it.
So Kaleb, you're a video game connoisseur. What's your favorite game?
2K21.
2K, and for the old folks that don't know, that's a
because I was going to say, I don't even know what 2K21 is.
NBA 2K21. Basketball.
There you go. Basketball. And your favorite player on the game is?
My player, the player I created.
The player you created, Kaleb. So I remember we used to play games like the NBA Jams. We had Tim Hardaway with the UTEP two-step, XDMC, and Philip. Y'all probably remember that UTEP two-step by Tim Hardaway. I used to love to play with him. But we're not talking basketball today. We're actually talking about your mom's. You've been a taster for your Treats by AJ, your mom's bakery business. You've been a taster for her for a long time. How long have you been tasting for your mom's bakery business?
For almost my whole life.
Almost your whole life.
The first year he couldn't eat food. He had to eat baked food.
And then the second year he probably couldn't remember. So he's probably talking about 3 or 4. So Kaleb, you have a lot of friends, and you actually given them. You referred your mother's bakery business to their parents. Tell us a story about that.
Well, actually, before you tell us a story, just so that everybody is shouting you out here. We've got Sonia with the Y saying, "Hey, Kaleb." Philip is saying, Kaleb with a K. You got your cousin saying, "Hey, Kaleb." And they're also asking, what is an NBA Jam? What? NBA Jam?
NBA Jams is an old video game that you guys don't remember. And then one day y'all be playing it one day. Oh, this is cool. This is a new game. Like, no, it's not.
Right. Well, Sonya with the Y is shouting out Street Fighter. Are you familiar with Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he knows Street Fighter.
You can.
Yeah, Philip Waldo Jr. is like, you already know, Corey, but our kids are still like, what is Street Fighter? So let's talk about.
What is your mom?
Well, wait a minute. Let's talk about your voice, because you're supposed to be giving us the word of the day, but Ebony Design Salon says, who told him his voice could change? You got so much bass in there. And Milton is in here saying, I'm old. My kids played Mario Brothers. So these are all true things that we're talking about. So tell us the word on the street today. Instead of saying true things, what would you guys say nowadays?
Facts.
So y'all would say, they would say facts. So let's say you told us before about the story about your mom's cinnamon rolls. We're going to look at some pictures of those later. So tell us about these cinnamon rolls. Your friends tried them, then the friend's mom tried them. And so what happened with this?
When I first tried them, I thought they were really good. So I told my mom she should start selling them and she should make some more so I can give them to my friends. So I told my friends about them and they told their moms. Their moms ordered and they got their cinnamon rolls. I asked them about a week later how they were, and they said they were the best cinnamon rolls they ever had. I said facts.
Facts.
So would you say that Street Fighter is a wonderful, still a good video game? Is that facts, or is it like what's, I don't know, a slang word for it's okay? What would you say?
Facts.
Hey, see, we got these slang words down pat, Corey.
So, Kaleb, would you say that your Uncle Corey is more handsome than your uncle, any of your other uncles?
See, you trying to start a fight.
I decline.
Listen,
you're supposed to say facts.
No, you are not. That's good to just keep it quiet because your cousins are saying facts. So let them say that because that's their dad, right?
Right. With Kaleb,
we do have a good morning to you from your another cousin, Olivia Obe. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Olivia.
So good to see you. So this has been so much fun with you, Kaleb. Everybody is enjoying you today.
And Milton can identify with this. And the fact of the matter is that I am a good-looking guy.
That's how we used to say it. The fact of the matter. Yeah, he said facts.
All right.
Well, Kanique says, Corey, stop trying to get the child in trouble.
Hey, Kanique, mighty new gents.
Just so that you know, Philip Waldo Jr. says Million Mario Brothers paved the way for NBA Jams, Street Fighter, and NBA 2K1. Nice information. So that's some facts.
Philip can go all the way back to the Atari 1600. All
right. Well, do y'all still say word? Milton is saying word. Do y'all still say that, Kaleb?
No.
No.
He said, that's too old. That's real old.
Right. All right. We're going to get a fact checker for Corey because Philip Waldo Jr. is requesting it. Well, we're going to see you next time, Kaleb. We have completely enjoyed you today. Enjoy the rest of your day, all right?
Good seeing you all.
Yes, thanks. All right, see you later. That was fun. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Kaleb, man, he is really grown up. He's our nephew. We've seen him come from a little baby to the gentleman he is today. So he's doing great things working with his mom. And speaking of working with his mom, we have what I'd like to dub the side hustle queen, or one of the side hustle queens. She, again, is a mixologist, and I'm not talking about wiki. I'm talking about bartending with mixed drinks. She's a certified mixologist. She's a licensed business owner, and she's going to share with you some tips on how to turn your passion into a profitable business while working a full-time job and being a parent. She is none other than Antoinette Jones, the founder of Treats by AJ. That's pretty great.
Good morning. How are you
Good
today?
Morning.
So this is wonderful because you are Treats by AJ. That means that you not only provide treats, as in sweet treats, but you also cater for parties, like you do savory treats, you do mixed drinks or mixed treats, I should say. Because you're a mixologist and you're certified and all of those things, you have your license. You're like official. And so if we go on to social media, for example, and we look for you, we will see this logo right here. Is that right? Treats by
Yes,
AJ.
yes, that's my business logo.
Right. And so how did you get started with this? Because we got people saying good morning. Milton Craft is saying good morning, Treats by AJ. See, I told you that's a good word for today because people will remember it. Also,
Good morning, all.
Say that again.
I was saying good morning to all.
Yes. So in order for everybody to remember your information, let's have that scroll at the bottom so they can find you on Instagram, Treats by AJ, on Facebook as Treats by AJ. And so tell us a little bit about how you got started, because we've got a picture here of those delicious cinnamon rolls. So tell us how you went from,
turn your passion into a profitable business. And we know a lot of your background. We want to share with the audience. You actually got your love of cooking and being and preparing food from your grandmother, right?
Yes, I remember being little, as young as 4 or 5 years old, being in the kitchen with her when she was cooking every day, standing in the chair beside her, helping her wash snap peas or whatever it is that she was doing. I had to try to have a hand in, or she'll allow me to, which is the only time I could probably stand in the chair without getting in trouble.
Well, we're Ebony Design Salon is sending love. Philip Waldo Jr. is saying to or AJ Jr. He giving out all your information. You know what I mean? Let's get back to the public information that people can find out about. Go ahead, Corey.
So once you got past the stage where you said you had to stand on the chair to help your grandmother with cooking in the kitchen, you took that same passion into middle school and high school, where you took some classes there, and then later on as an adult you took extended classes in order to grow your business.
Well, even before finishing high school, I did it as a hobby. It became something fun, something I really loved to do, until one day, I think it was like Easter, where I had made some sample Easter bunny cakes and miniature Easter egg cakes. And my mom took a couple of them to work with her, and she came back with like 2 sheets filled up of orders. That turned it into a business for me. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed, still in high school, and I have all these orders to finish for Easter. And so that turned into started a profitable business. But then I only did it for fun, just for family.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until maybe a few years ago, where my grandfather had kept speaking into my ear about, you're always part of helping putting family events or our get-togethers together. And I'm the family baker since I took those classes as well. So I always the one that made cakes or, rolls for Christmas or Thanksgiving gatherings. So I just kind of became the family baker. And
so
then
no, I was just going to say, you're saying family baker, but Olivia says, yes, she had my party lit and everyone was nice. So when she says nice, I'm just going to share a particular picture that we have of these punch. I said, oh, of course she makes punch. And they were all these pretty colors and, they were all set up for the party. So I'm going to pull up one of your Instagram pictures. I think it is, or Facebook pictures. That way people will know that your Instagram, your Facebook, they're on and popping, you're active there. And they can see this punch that she's talking about. Now, Corey, just so you know, XDMC says peace and snacks. How we get down in the South.
There you go. Pass peas like you used to do.
I know, right? Elizabeth is saying, hey, folks.
Elizabeth in the house.
Who knows where Elizabeth is, y'all?
Where in the world is Elizabeth?
She's a world traveler, and so she can be anywhere.
Elizabeth, I reached out to you by email, so you get a chance to check your emails. We'd like to have you come on the show too.
Everybody, yes. Because we've had XDMC on, and
check out his channel, Barnstormer Productions.
Man, let me tell you what Barnstormer Productions said.
I have not got into that yet.
With CBD, and if so, where can I order?
X and we're DMMC.
Right.
I've been asked, but I haven't got into it yet.
Good. Okay. Our kids are saying nice, nice. Like everything is so wonderful. So let's talk a little bit
about this rum punch.
About the rum punch, because we said that you got started with with at home with your grandmother, then in high school.
She got started with the rum punch at home with the grandmother.
No, cooking.
Oh, okay.
And
telling me something I didn't know about my family. Okay.
Right. So I'm just looking here. This is affordable. Pouches available, $8 each. Tony's Rum Punch and Strawberry Mango Lemonade Patron. So this is on your Facebook page, and we can scroll down and see some of your decorations. Like these are things that you created. So like you were saying, you started as a child. Those are those strawberry shortcake cookies, Corey. Mm-hmm. You started as a child, but now you're mixing drinks. You don't just do this by saying I drink a lot, I can make a good drink, and I mean, according to Ashley Reynolds, she says those drink pouches are dangerous. So, and just so you know, Corey, Elizabeth has said, yes, of course I'll come on. And then we also have, she also said we're not playing with you XDMC because he asked about the CBD food. So I want to know more about how you're doing all of this. So Shonda Brooks says, yes, Antoinette is a jack of all trades, baker, bartender,
she's a butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. She's a maker, a taker, and a taker. I had to do that as an XDMC. That's my boy in the house.
Right. She's like, the list goes on.
She's a little old thing that lives in the shoe.
Philip Waldo, the grandma. No, I don't have grandma drinking the punch. I was a slip up guy.
Let's get into this. So you're doing bakery, catering, you're doing baked goods. You're working your own business. You're a mixologist. You don't just like LaQuita said. You just don't jump up and do this because you like to do it. You actually have steps and procedures that you follow to make yourself an actual business. Can you talk about those classes and certifications that you need to have in case people want to engage in similar types of business pursuits?
And while you tell us that, I'm just going to scroll through so they can watch some of your food as you tell us about that. So go ahead.
Okay, so it started off with my grandfather saying, I'm always part of the committee, the event committee or the baker, and I should start a business. And he told me this several times, but the third time is always a charm. So I went down to City Hall to see what I needed to do to start my business. And it just went from there. Literally 3 days later, I went and I acquired a business license. I went to the health department. I took up safety courses, health server courses, food handling courses, and got my certification through the health department. I also, because I have a home-based business, I also had to be zoned legally by the city to do it out of my home. The Virginia Department of Agriculture, which I am permitted by, came in my home, inspected. So I'm permitted by the Virginia Department of Agriculture also to do it out of my home. And I have a permit for that. I am a certified mixologist because I went to the Bartending Academy of Newport News and received my certification there. I'm tip certified and what that means is where you are able to cut someone off and notice the signs of them becoming intoxicated to cut them off, and you have the responsibility of doing that. So I'm certified there as well. So I have several certifications. I'm also insured and bonded.
Wow.
So I'm covered all over just in case someone gets sick behind my products or allergic to something I didn't know.
So I think this sign says it all. Let Friday festivities begin. It sounds like you can bring everything. What were you going to say?
So like I said, there's an old country term about jackleg. So you're not a jackleg.
No, not a bootleg.
Not a bootleg jackleg. You actually are a licensed business professional. And I know people like...
And when we say professional, let's just say, like Philip Waldo Jr. says, one of the questions on the test, how many times can you lick your finger before you have to wash them? You know what I mean? You're not, all the answers. And Elizabeth is a businesswoman. So she says, she got all the business in order. That's what I'm talking about. Like you're saying, licensed, bonded, insured, certified, and all of those things. Elizabeth is getting hungry. And she's like, "Where's the Snick Snacks?"
And I can vouch for it. I can vouch for it. And see, that's why ex-DFC was asking about the CBD, because he says, okay, he can get his snack and his munchie and his CBD on at the same time.
Right. And Philip Waldo was like, "We got all the little girls. The little girls are here together today." That's
I'm a bonus little girl.
Right, the youngest ones in our family. And it's so fun because Sonia with the Y, Philip is telling her, "No, Sonia, she cruises," because Sonia with the Y asked, "Do we ship?" And he said, "No, she cruises."
Yeah, that's a good question for those that might be interested, especially in your drink pouches, your signature drink pouches. Do you ship out of the area?
Yeah, because Wendy Nobles is also a businesswoman. She says you did it right. Correct way to roll. Congratulations and much success. So, hey, Auntie Wendy. Auntie Wendy is over there in Rwanda. She's way over there having a good time at home. So go ahead and tell us.
With the shipping, with the drinks, currently no. Until I can start moving forward with maybe bottling them, then I'm in the process of moving to bottling them instead of doing the pouches. As for food, yes, I can ship. I can freeze products, and as if you would buy it frozen out of the grocery store and ship it. So that way it's not spoiled or go bad prior to you receiving it.
Now, here's a question we want to ask, because look, Sonia with the Y says it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and Elizabeth is like, "Say that again," So I have a question about those drinks. Hey, Angela Smith, talking about good day family. That's my baby too.
Angie.
Auntie Wendy says, "Proud of you guys. Keep up the great work." And Philip Waldo Jr., Philip with a P. It's like, "I've been drinking now. I'm just talking about it." And then he says, "True story." Everybody's talking about these drinks. So let's hear more about you as a mixologist, because you said that you went to school. So now you can go do daytime parties for birthdays, weddings, and all these other events. You can cater them. You can hang out. But also, because you graduated, you can also bartend. Now, here you are at a bar, but you said you prefer not to work in a bar. You prefer to do private parties. And you told us a great story. So now I was saying, wow, this is awesome. You wait till you hear this and all. Tell us the story about your best tip ever.
Oh, okay. A week outside of, I had just finished bartending academy, and a week outside of that, just finishing, I received a phone call from one of my older girlfriends. One of her daughter friends was getting married, and the wedding coordinator forgot to hire a bartender for the wedding reception.
She had been drinking already then, huh?
Well, she called me, and I was at my full-time job. She called me and said, "Hey, I can you bartend?" And I said, "Sure, when?" And she said, "Today." I said, "Today? Well, I'm at work. I don't get off work until 5 o'clock." So she said, "Well, we don't need you to 7." I said, "Okay, I can make it. What am I bartending? How many people?" She said, "A wedding reception." I was like, "Oh my, okay." So that would be my first gig a week straight out of bartending academy. So I went there. When I got there, I didn't know exactly how many people. It was about 275 people attending that wedding. And within 2 hours, they gave me money to show up. And then within 2 hours, I had made close to $300 just within 2 hours. So just imagine what I ended up with. And I think I only was there for 3.5 hours.
Wow.
Nice. And so doing your own thing is really paying off. So we can find you on Instagram or Facebook as Treats by AJ. Well, Elizabeth is all over the world. Like we said, she might be anywhere, Dubai, any African country. She might be in Rwanda with Auntie Wendy. Ghana, we don't know. So she needs you to send her a FedEx or a DHL package, whatever you can figure out, And she's also saying, wow, your first gig, lots of work. Sonia with the Y is saying, wow, awesome. It's just great. People are really proud of you. We're proud of you. I do want to ask a question about this savory treat because it's related to our plant-based treat. Did you have a question about that, Corey?
Yeah, I was going to ask a question about, in addition to your sweet treats, because you do apple jacks, sweet potato jacks. When we were eating eggs and meat and dairy and milk and butter and all those things that we would normally see in sweet treats, you made this fantabulous banana pudding cheesecake that I used to adore. And so,
I think, you know what? I think that was on one of the pictures. There was a tart on here. Treats by AJ, let us know, because I know these are the brookies, Corey. These are like the brownies with the cookies baked on them. And these are not ice cream. They're like a cream cheese and strawberry filling. They are an ice cream cone. That's what they look like. And then some of them are Oreo. The sweet potato jacks are in this picture at the top. You got the cinnamon rolls and that rum punch. Everybody says it's dangerous. Is this the banana pudding custard that Corey was talking about?
Banana pudding cheesecake.
Oh, the banana pudding.
Are you talking about in the banana pudding cheesecake?
Yeah, these little tarts. Yeah.
So it is a banana pudding, my own twist of banana pudding and cheesecake mixed custard.
Oh.
So it's banana pudding cheesecake.
Got it. And you know what? Philip Waldo Jr. is saying that's what's good too. And Angela Smith says, and her mother is proud of her too.
And you can make you can make most of these treats as plant-based treats as well, right?
Absolutely, I can. I can use other alternatives.
So like for this one right here, you were saying that this particular, those stuffed breads, you were saying that these are stuffed with, you could stuff it with meat or cheese or whatever, but you can also stuff it with vegetables. Her mom says she's a master of many trades, Corey. Not a jack, a master, just so you know.
Thank you, Mom.
So these treats right here, the stuffed breads, like you were saying, you can stuff them with anything. Like you've stuffed, so people have asked for these with savory or sweet fillings, but you put a special topping on them.
Yes, I like to glaze them with honey butter. It gives it a sweetness on the outside, and then it has the savory, sweet and salty, or whatever it is that you want to have stuff in the middle.
Right.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Nice. Well, Philip Waldo Jr. is shouting out because Angela Smith is saying, "Hey, bro," and he's shouting around, "Big Sister Almighty."
And speaking of shouting out family, your children are actually part of your staff, right?
Yes, at first it started as bribing them, but now since they know they get paid, like I actually pay them or reward them. I give them a choice. I can pay you in money, or I can buy, since they both play video games all the time, or I can buy you video currency. So
nice.
We're very familiar with that because our children help with our broadcast productions and other business ventures that we're involved in with Occupying Entertainment. So family is also always a great source of employees, especially with your children. It's not child labor.
It's tax write-offs too.
It's tax write-offs.
You can actually list your kids as employees. I forget what age is it. Under the age of 13, you can pay each child up to so many thousands of dollars. Definitely check that out. Check with your tax experts, guys. I'm not a tax advisor. Actually, Auntie Wendy, that's her field, because she says, has she thought of traveling and training, training other people, doing classes?
That's her idea.
Nice.
Auntie Wendy just wants you to come to Rwanda and train her on how to make that rum punch.
Well, this has been wonderful to have you on today. We all know where to find you now. Instagram, Treats by AJ. Facebook, Treats by AJ.
Say Treats by.
Treats by
AJ.
So we can message you, we can inbox, and you're on top of it. You're staying on top of it. I know that you said you're working through an order form or a system so that even though you don't miss things, this way you definitely won't miss things. And so just so you know, Philip Waldo Jr., we are not breaking any child labor laws, even though he's asking for a friend. So So we are going to move into our plant-based treat. And I'm not sure, actually your mom has had these before. So, and she's had them with all of these ingredients in them because they do have tofu. So we're going to move on to that, but it has been a pleasure having you on, and we'll definitely have to have you back as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're gonna pop you
All
backstage,
right, we'll see you soon.
and you hang out. And we'll see you after the broadcast because now it's time for Chef LaQuita Marie's plant-based treat.
Tasty twice baked potatoes.
I'm going to go ahead and put these potatoes into the oven. 450 degrees. These have already been washed. Slice these up, saute them in a little bit of water. Probably also air fry some tofu.
Chop 1 onion.
Onions lower blood pressure, regulate diabetes, and reduce hardening of the arteries. They're full of vitamin C for fighting colon, prostate, and lung cancers.
Peel and chop 3 cloves of garlic.
Garlic is an allium vegetable related to decreased risk of prostate cancer. It reduces high cholesterol and blood pressure.
Chop the celery.
Celery has a plant compound apigenin for anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, and antioxidant properties.
Peel and slice the carrots.
Carrots have dietary carotenoids, which are the yellow, orange, and red organic pigments in carrots and other vegetables. These have antioxidant effects to reduce the risk of cancer.
Add the chopped vegetables and a half a cup of water to the pan.
Tofu, super firm. Tofu is high in iron, protein, and calcium. It's low in cholesterol and calories, and it has isoflavones that reduce the risk of heart disease, cancer, and osteoporosis. Add it to our vinaigrette.
Air fry the tofu with smoked paprika. It's optional.
Thyme, a half teaspoon of thyme. Thyme has antibiotic properties that can fight off upper respiratory infections. Basil as well.
Add a teaspoon of basil.
My old favorites, adobo. About a tablespoon of the body olive. Go ahead and add all of the broccoli.
Cook on medium-high for 7 to 9 minutes.
We're gonna add some corn.
Slice the potatoes open and let them cool.
Just scoop out the inside of the potato, leaving a little bit around the edges.
Mix the potato filling with the vegetables.
Add some of the air fried tofu.
Mix everything together and stuff it back into the potato.
Potato skins look nice and crispy.
Really?
The vegetables are well seasoned. I like the tofu. Inside is chewy.
She said inside is chewy.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us on this episode of A Blind Guy,
His wife.
Their Life. Remember to tune into this channel every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And if you're watching on the replay, definitely leave us a comment. Just like Sanal did, Corey. She says, this is how we do our potatoes too. We load them with veggies. Awesome, Chef Marie. You know, I had to get my shout out, man. Hey, Angela said, feed me, sis. And Elizabeth is hungry. She's asking for treats. Milton definitely said, good work by Treats by AJ. So we'll have to send that message to her. Mieta McDonald was like, awesome. Philip Waldo Jr. was saying thanks to Angela Smith, very good. Everybody is just loving this stuff. Milton says, great plant-based treat. And yeah, Elizabeth sees twice baked taters are always good. And these folks, listen to these folks. Make me some, please. You know what? Philip says he's going to try it.
And if you know anybody out there that's in your community that's doing great work and great things and exhibiting African-American excellence, please send us an email. Our email is going to be scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
info@CoreyTheTalentedBlindGuy.com. It is not there. We have to add it into the chat. So, Corey, how are we saying goodbye today?
We are going to say goodbye to our viewing audience by saying thank you for joining us and by saying, AJ, deuces.
All right, guys, deuces.